Good morning, guys. Signal Centre again, talking bull. Episode 2. We've got Steve and we've got Ian. And just going to run through some headlines quickly. So the main headlines from overnight was the US Federal Reserve cut interest rates to 1.75. That was within or in line with the consensus forecasts. Chairman Powell said they're not likely to cut again and effectively ruled out any rate hikes as well. Initially, we saw the dollar failed to sustain any kind of gains, and then all of a sudden we saw a huge shift with a massive sell-off in the dollar. In regards to sterling, that was less in focus yesterday, given that the election issues have been settled. Again, likely to see some choppy trading on Thursday ahead of some month-end positioning adjustments. With respect to the trade war with the US and China, as Ian said yesterday, the reports that the summit in Chile had been suspended came through again, and we saw no real developments on that front. Big move yesterday from Canadian pairs. The Bank of Canada held rates at 1.75%, again in line with the consensus forecast, but they did state that the outlook for the global economy had weakened further since the July report, and that Canadian growth was likely to slow as a result of that. In regards to equities, Eurozone equities pretty much flat. Again, just waiting for the Federal Reserve policy meeting. UK stocks were led pretty much by the pharmaceutical giants AstraZeneca and Glaxo, both putting on some decent gains. Apple and Facebook both beat market expectations yesterday and were both higher in after-hours trading. On the commodity front, there was a brief dip following the Fed statement in gold, but there was renewed buying interest, and we saw it get up to around about $1,500 after the Fed had their meeting. Oil prices, there was some headway there, but no real holding on of the gains amid further reservations over the US-China trade developments. On the crypto front, nothing really to report. Bitcoin holding support around about $9,000. And that was pretty much all the headlines for yesterday. So I'll hand over to Ian. He can run through what we can expect from the day ahead.
Morning, guys. Main focus, I think, this morning is going to be obviously the European figures, which are due out at 10 o'clock UK time. We've got CPI, so we've got an inflationary figure, consumer price index, that's expected at 1%. It's been pretty stagnant around that figure for a while now. And we've also got the growth figures, so GDP, gross domestic product, expected 0.1%, plus 0.1%. So I think that's going to be the main focus today. We've also got challenger job cuts out of the US. We've got continuing jobless claims. But I think the main focus for the dollar after yesterday is obviously going to be tomorrow when we await the non-farm payroll figures. We have got a Swiss national.
Sorry, my background is all flicking. Sorry.
Speaking later on, he's on at 3:30, so there could be a bit of volatility in the Swiss franc. That's really it on the calendar.
Yeah, the main headline, obviously Joe missed last night, was Arsenal's performance, which was fantastic, and he must have been celebrating for 93 minutes of a hard-fought game. Some great goals, though.
Oh yeah, it was a cracking game. Football was the real winner, I think.
I don't know if you can say that. I don't know if these guys agree with that. But it's nice to see Oswald play quite well against the Liverpool Liverpool youth team. Sorry, I couldn't find a youth team picture. But anyway, it's sort of Klopp enjoyed it, I think.
Yeah.
So let's get a bit more serious. Obviously, we've got our gun to head challenge we've got to talk about. Absolutely smashed it yesterday,
Yes, that was the real winner, or not, Canadian dollar.
Chicken dinner. Yeah. I think we got.
Actually,
we can't
hit
see
the second level, that second 50% pullback level on the Gartley.
Yeah.
So just to refresh for people who haven't seen it, we call a trade live with a gun to our head in the morning and see how it plays out, and it expires at 9 o'clock in the evening. Did we stipulate what 9 o'clock that was? Because if it was 9 o'clock, I think in American time, then my trade actually hit target as well.
No, UK.
Okay.
I actually thought we said cancel it just before the Fed, and in that case, maybe the gold wouldn't have had the reaction stop me out.
Well, yeah,
it's up there today.
You'd have hit target on that as well, wouldn't you? If you
That's what I said
true on your
before.
stops are for buses.
Stops are for buses, mate.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing everyone's got to take away from this chat today.
So what are you going for today then, Stevie?
Right, let's see if I can be really clever and share my screen without asking someone how to do it. Right, screen 4. Here we go. I can share my screen. I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm looking at DAX today.
No.
Obviously, are you looking at DAX as well?
Yeah.
Even better. So this is like Arsenal, Liverpool all over again. I feel so much more confident in this. I might actually
Double
put
up.
more on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold this when I was looking through the charts just before we started thinking about the gun to head challenge. There's only on the hourly chart, very short term. Equities obviously very overextended, seem to be struggling, momentum slowing down. Bearish outside candle looking to form on this chart in the next 4 minutes. And we've got a bit of you could even say it could be a bit of a treble top if you take the price action from here, the top here. So that's coming in around 129.45 to 50 area, also 12,950. That would be where the stop is. Getting short now at 12,900. I don't mind giving you a little bit, 10. So that's a 40 tick stop. I'm looking for it to break and hold below this red line, 12,900, which I think we'll see an extension lower down towards the 12,860 level.
Cool.
Haven't even thought what the risk reward is on that. But
well, I was going to do exactly the same trade based on the same candle on the hourly chart. So, Ian, if you want to take over, will I try and find a new trade now that Steve's nicked my one?
Yeah. I'll struggle at. Do I just stop the video? Is that what I do?
Yeah. No. Oh, he's gone. See you later, Steve.
There I am. Sorry, everyone's having a laugh.
Right, there you go, Ian.
Lovely.
I've been forced off.
You chucked out again, Steve. I'm still going back to my dollar. So this is the dollar index, but I'm only showing that as a reflection of what I think is going to go on in euro dollar. So I still think this is an impulse move to the downside, and I think we're still going to get a stronger correction higher. That is a scary candle, I must confess, on the 8-hour
it's a Halloween candle.
It's a Halloweeny candle. But what I do like is basically I think that correction needs to go higher. Didn't even get to the 38.2% fib level, and this formation, which I think is going to be an ABCD, I think it's going to play out. So euro dollar, I'm just going to sell it at current levels, 111.73. I'm going to put a 30 tick stop on it, so 112.03, which is pretty far above the previous swing high, and I'm looking for this level down here, 110.30. Like I said, I do like playing the news a bit, as I did yesterday, and I think the CPI figures and the GDP figures out of the Eurozone today are going to push it lower. And I can't see any euro crosses that I particularly want to buy. So that's me.
It's nice when the fundamentals and the news and the technicals line up. I think that's what you highlighted yesterday. Yeah. Go on then, Joe. Let's see. I mean, let's talk about your background first. I mean, were you alive then?
When I was actually. It's probably one of my first memories of football.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. My brother being thrown up to the ceiling by my dad was a particular talking point in the family over the years. So this is what I've just pulled out, having had my original idea stolen. But that's fine.
Oh, nice. Look at that. It's not nice how you
beat me in the football and then you just take my trade ideas as well. So, so euro yen, bit of a speculative one. We've got a resistance there at 121.47, and I'm going to take a gamble here that we're going to break that. I think the underlying trend is quite bullish in the short term. On the hourly candle, a potential bullish outside candle forming there, which, if it can hold above here in the next minute or so, will complete. So going to gamble on that, breaking above that resistance and having a bit of a breakout towards 121.85. Current price 121.36 with a stop at 121.10.
Okay. Right, lovely. Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, nice one. So
you're against both of us there, really, aren't you?
Yeah,
Against
so I
the
like to
euro
be
and
in the minority.
but I think, like you said yesterday, I think Ian was doing a bullish dollar trade. You were doing a bearish dollar trade, weren't you, yesterday?
Yeah, and they both won.
winners.
Yeah.
Both winners. Yeah. So
winner, chicken dinner.
let's see if we can maintain that and not get stopped out by silly moves in the gold.
Cool. Right.
All right.
Let's wrap it up there then, guys, and see you again tomorrow. Obviously, subscribe to the videos on YouTube if you can, guys, and feel free to join us on our Telegram chat to get involved in the daily banterings and trade ideas and education that's going on in there. And see you again tomorrow.
Lovely.
Should we finish off with a rendition of Walk On or not?
I'll never walk alone. I tell you what, you start that, and I'll just end it right here.
Yeah. Cheers.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.